Wi-Fi Sheep would like to say a huge thank you to all of you that kindly support us. Help us continue to bring new videos like this. Join patreon.com/Wi-Fi Sheep from just $1 a month. Hello and welcome back to youtube.com/Wi-Fi Sheep with me, Tom. Now, November the 5th and 6th, 2022 saw the return of the Retro Computer Festival, Cambridge. The two-day event was by far the biggest and most attended yet, with the most exhibitors at over 25 in the museum. It was really nice to meet so many of you again, some returning faces, some new. Naturally, I was very much occupied the 2 days, so didn't get to film as much as I wanted to. However, what I did capture will hopefully give you an idea of the show and the exhibiting content on offer. Now, unlike previous years, I managed not to come back with so much stuff this year. However, I did pick up one or two things and were given a few things, which I'll show you later towards the end of the video. One thing I will show you now are these. Sample PCB rulers and schematic diagrams printed onto PCBs as gifts from our sponsor PCBWay.com. These were given to me from a fellow exhibitor who was asked to pass them on to me from our marketing manager at PCBWay. And they're rather cool and available from PCBWay's store at PCBWay.com if you want one. I'll put the schematic diagram PCB up on the wall behind me with the other PCBWay gifts from previous years. So if you're starting a maker project of your own, do check out PCBWay.com. Alongside their high quality and fast turnaround turnkey PCB manufacturing, PCBWay also offers services in 3D printing, injection moulding, CNC machine tooling and sheet metal fabrication, in addition to regular offers on production services and purchasable products like the sample gifts we've just looked at. PCBWay.com really are a truly fantastic partner to have for your maker journey needs. So don't miss out. Sign up for your free account today at PCBWay.com. Details and links are in the description. So back to this year's show. Let's start with the Friday setup, this being on the day of November the 4th, 2022. So as you can see, everyone here on the Friday night is still trying to set up. Here is my display. Quite an eclectic mix this year, various different things. Basically here is tiny basic computers. You've seen most of this on the channel. So we have the colour rig on the bottom and the black and white, or various versions of the black and white Arduino power rig on the top. I did bring an Acorn Electron because I felt I needed to bring something truly vintage, so that's why I chose that. And here we have N64 and slightly modified or firmware modified PlayStation 2, and these will be coming up on the channel later in the year. The PlayStation 2 was running a PlayStation 1 game with a clone mouse, and this was Railroad Tycoon with the aptly destinationed Cambridge. Okay, so this is Quasar or Colin Piggott, and this is Sam Coupe, which I think is Z80 based. Let's just take a look into the other room. So this was the larger of the two halls, and you see the setup is still going on. Just want to show here, this is John Newcomb that we've mentioned on the channel before with the glass TTY setup. Now I did wonder if the Altair here was actually real, but it turns out this one was a clone. It's a very good clone. You wouldn't know. I wasn't sure if that was real or not, but it is a clone. He had that running. Also had a terminal. VT, you can see there, VT420 terminal, and this setup, which is NASCOM 2. He also had something running with Z80 or ZX81 based nuclear power station simulators. So yeah, your guess on that is as good as mine. Okay, let's move on. This is the top end of the room, and this from Dexter's Tech Lab. This is a Quantel paint box used for broadcast graphics. And really cool, very much a piece of its time, not really used in this context anymore, but a dedicated graphics computer costing a ridiculous amount of money for the time, but very capable of doing standard definition type graphics. Now over the other side here we have Dave Williams, who we featured on the channel before, and Dave always brings sort of a superb collection of stuff. So we've got a Motorola 6800 based system there, and it's running some kind of derivative of BASIC. And this is just a sort of overview from the second room. So this next to me, we're back in the first room, and this is Tim Gilbert's, who was running a Octal based Heathkit H8. He also wanted two Z80 base systems there. Again, all very impressive. Clone of Zaxxon, I think no, it's an official Zaxxon. That is a clone of a TRS-80 something, TRS-80 I think. And now we sort of get into things like the Sharp systems that I know absolutely nothing about and can't really tell you anything other than trying to sound very, very smart. Here is the room. So we're filling up now. This was day 1 or day 2. I did notice here in the corner, here we have a Acorn RISC PC running Windows 95, running Mini VMac and Mac OS or Apple System, I want to say 7. Okay, this, which was the other side of the room from me, this is really cool. This, believe it or not, is from another Tom, Tom Steepleton, and this is a Whitechapel MG1, which was a 1985 Unix-based workstation, which, to be honest with you, I struggled to figure out how to work properly, but huge thanks to Tom there for showing me that briefly. Here we have a look at some of the other sort of kit systems and terminal-based systems. This is back in the other room. There's such a wide, eclectic mix of things in the show. And this, which caught my eye, I think this is an Atari Falcon, I believe, and that is a version of Gem Desktop in glorious colour. So yeah, really cool. Now, as I said in the intro, normally these kind of events I end up leaving with more than I started with. I already showed you the PCB gifts from PCBWay.com, but those weren't the only gifts. This is a custom gamepad controller in the NES style, but compatible with the BBC Micro, be it in kit form. So this will be a project for the channel real soon. A huge thank you to James from RetroPad for this gift. Normally you buy these pre-built, not in kit form. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested. And finally, I picked up these from Chronosoft. These, believe it or not, are brand new tape-based games for the Sinclair ZX81. And I think these are really cool. A huge thank you to Simon at Chronosoft for sorting these out for me. And again, I'll leave a link in the description. Once I get my ZX81 up and running, which is on the to-do list, probably next year now, we'll take a look at these, so really looking forward to it. I must schedule it on my priority projects. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this look at this year's Cambridge Retro Computer Festival. A huge thank you to the Centre for Computer History for hosting the event and all of us that exhibited, and for all of you that came to say hi. Maybe we'll do this all again next year. If you haven't done so already, please do consider liking and subscribing. Look out for Wi-Fi Sheep's Christmas content for 2022. That's up next here on the channel. And as always, thank you for your company, and I hope to see you real soon right here on the channel. Until next time, bye for now.